unfair circles. But this is it, guys.
Unfair to anyone.
This is what it all comes down to. One player's out, unfortunate. That's just the way of the game. But this is close, and it's scary. And it's very, very, very close.
Benkona's going into military, potentially. Are we
Change up
serious?
things. Last day, last game, Benkona's, they're saying, you know what? We have been through so much crap up here, and now we're changing up things because Meet Your Makers, they ain't going here anyway.
Yeah, MYM have switched it up.
Imagine the circle going back down south again. Just saying, just saying. 2 games in a row, Meet Your Makers don't go military, they get the military games.
If you hear a slap, that's me knocking Toby's phone out of his hand. Do not worry, he'll be unharmed. We're just not allowing him to control the circle.
This is going to be absolutely insane. And I love it, honestly. I love every aspect of it. This is what I love about the game. Despite 24 games, it can come down to the very final one.
Now, Primorsk is going to be left alone. Kebabs have gone up to Stalba. We're seeing Avangar swap it up a little bit. They're not going to have just the Milta power. They're going to just take Milta in general. Means they're closer to Desperados.
They're landing with one of the Elgigandum players, though. Not sure exactly what Hoekstra is doing down there, but he seems to have getting caught off. And
Oh,
my
wow.
God. I talked about no unfair circles. I'm sorry, guys.
God damn it, Tommy!
This is, yeah.
Oh, my. I love
Good
this
luck,
because it just
boys.
makes it even more exciting. Hugster's just dancing around as this is not what Elgig would want.
In all fairness, if it ain't fair for anyone, it's fair for everyone, right? I mean...
I'll give you that to a degree.
And Elgig, they're close. They probably won't make it. I mean, Avangard, they're already in, so are Unity, and they're the only 2 teams in the circle. So for everyone else, well, this is your chance to prove yourself. Can you win a game or best your opponents in a match with a rough circle to start things off? It's going to be all on you, and it's going to be all on reciprocity. It's going to be all on we need a home, and it's going to be all on for us to see which of these 3 teams, at least for now, are looking to be the ones battling through here to get in. But for reciprocity and we need a home, they're close.
Well, we need a home have decided they're
good.
just going to take their way all the way over back to Georgia Pole and go south. And I respect this because this you're keeping yourself out of the fight, you're getting the loot, you're keeping it safe for the moment, and then you'll rotate in. But they can rotate all the way down south, and they know that there's not many teams that have gone that way, right? They would have only seen the unique drop, which is always the ferry pier, so they can just take some ground and come away a different without fighting the teams that they're kind of fighting for the spot between.
Yeah, this is going to be extremely interesting. And I can respect that too. You've played it smart so far, you've gotten you into the top 8. Don't start changing things up for the very final game. I mean, that would be the worst place in the world to lose because you tried to do something different. They've done things already. They've had these circles before. Stick to your schedule and make it work.
Toby, my blood is pumping. I am so
He
hyped.
says with the calmest voice in the universe.
No, like I am just absolutely baffled of how we got to this position because it looked almost clear-cut in a way. Then other teams stepped up when they know the pressure's on. It's the right to the wire. And now we get to see how it's going to go down. Now we get to watch who's going to be able to deliver on this final game where it matters the most.
And the fact that, I mean, if you guys are sitting out there saying, this is so exciting, I don't want it to ever stop, please come back tomorrow because we've got another lobby lined up for you where things are, if not as close, then even closer. So please do make sure to come back and watch tomorrow. But of course, right now, this is what it's all about. We have seen Force starting their rotation. We see them right here. These are the guys sitting in 9th place trying to get in to the points. And I think we should do ourselves and the viewers a favor and not talk too much about points from this point out. Even though they get kills and stuff, let's just watch it happen, watch it unfold. And it's always, are you the predictor, favorer, trying to get what things happen?
I just know our viewers aren't idiots, so they can add it up themselves.
Hey, why do we have the simple point system again? Why can't we go back to the whole, you get 215.2 points for a win and those sort of things?
Let's not. Let's keep it. Do you know what? The easiest way, and how you'll understand this, is if you make it simple for us and the viewers, it makes the entertainment all the way across. So there's no point not to talk about the points. Everything matters. Stop trying to go back in time, Toby. Live in the real world. Live in now, and let's enjoy the game.
It's simple, and it's good, and it's amazing excitement because it's this close right down to the very final game. Hoekstra, AK long range, trying to take out Desperado. Ain't gonna happen, though.
Now, Hoekstra, he did get away, which is fair play to him. So he was under fire, but he's kept himself up. For us, cannot afford for Apocalypse to be picked off here.
Yeah.
He's out on no man's land almost, completely on his own. Logibus had Desperados run around him, yet he still wants to try and take the shots, wants to take the fires. Azvarin, is being pressured here. Now, all it would take is him to get 1 kill.
Yeah.
And that would be huge. This is a guy that can do a lot of damage, and he comes out into it, spraying away, but Metralius comes in, and that's a point already for us. Exactly what they would have wanted.
Perfect push on that one as well. Now they got themselves a good compound. They were fighting on 3 fronts, though. You saw Logipuff shooting at Desperado. We saw Apocalypse doing the same thing, and now they're starting to get themselves more kills. But look at this, just 24 bullets. There you go, picks up some ammo. Useful, useful. Got down 1 guy, but Desperado is still in the mix. And Metralius just went down.
This is not what 4us would want. Desperado's being picked off by Avangar as well, so they're still coming back. They want to go and avenge Azvarin. This entire placement is going to come down to the wire of what 4us can do here, because they are a team that desperately need to stay in with it. His teammates limping in, crawling away, trying to say, come on, help me. Don't allow me to go down. Gonna buy himself some time. Lars has got the knock onto Tozera. Huge work being put in there. Can he do anything else? Nades are coming out towards him, and he needs to pick his teammate back up. They need to keep the numbers game here.
He is doing everything he can to carry his team towards the next week's finals. Apocalypse and Logipuff, they're coming down now towards them, but there's a lot of teams to drive through if they want to get into this compound. Metralius got back up on his feet. It's a 2v2 for now. Fake has come inside the compound. They lost 1 player just before, and it's going to be so crucial that these guys stay alive for a little while longer for their teammates to come down and help.
Desperados are taking extra damage, and it's not just from 4us. Avangar are nearby. Everyone's ready and waiting.
Metralius
reload. Yeah, what the hell? Does he? I don't think he realizes. Surely he doesn't. Or this must be a bug.
It must be a visual error.
Yeah, it must be a visual
Oh, no,
bug.
there you go. He reloaded.
Oh, my.
That's a scary angle to hold.
Then this is what happens,
Pressure.
right? Pressure.
Yeah.
You've got a real tough situation to deal with here, and anything can happen like that. Little mistakes is what it comes down to, and they can't afford them right now. They do have now all their players, though, within the same compound. They've now got to deal with holding off all the other teams. Reciprocity coming in just now as well. Sweaty Nerd's still on the outside of it all. Besiktas in, and they're in a very nice spot, depending on where the circle will next go, because they can just hold off teams from all different directions and swim across if needed.
Worst thing right here is Desperado, they're in, guaranteed. They don't need to take this fight at all, but they're making it so hard for 4us to do anything here. Reciprocity, them finally getting inside the circle as well, and this is just not the kind of start that 4us would have wanted to the game. Unless, of course, if they get 4 kills to keep all 4 guys alive.
Larza gets knocked, but he should be able to be picked back up. Desperados are just making this real difficult for him. We talk about resilience, right? And this is what it is all about. Larza gets killed off. Metralius has been knocked as well. Desperados, they're delivering the pain, and they could be upsetting the balance here for 4us. They've had 1 kill so far. Can they get anything else done? The nades have come out towards them, and Apocalypse, he's on the back foot.
Desperado, nothing to lose, trying to do something in Apocalypse and Logibots, everything to lose on the counter side of that, and they're just trapped inside this 3-story house. I'm wondering if Reciprocity will come down and say, can we join in on this one as well? We want to get them eliminated as much as you guys do.
Certainly is a possibility. They're not far away. We need a Homer taking their time all the way through the blue at the moment, just to let you guys know. They're going to be just chilling as of now. They don't want to engage in any of this. They'll allow the fights to go on, and they're going to play for the long game here.
They just want to buy themselves time. But of course, I mean, they can't share this compound forever.
Nope.
They lost 1 player already, so they paid something with this one too. Nade's coming in once again, no damage done. And this is where we're going to focus for a little while longer at least. Circle's closing in now as well, though.
Avangar will not allow them out either. They're still looking over towards that direction, which means 4us are completely pinned. They want to avenge Azvarin.
They sure do. Follow with Logipuff. It's caught on the stairs. That's all they have to work with. Circle goes back up north, so no military for sure. It's going to allow for all these players, at least the most of them, to stay where they are, though.
AMWM, another team that wants to be within this. They're starting to make their way in.
Yep. We need a home far outside the circle. You talked about it yourself. They had a long way to go, and they say, you know what, we do not want to take any risks early. You see how it's going for 4us. But I mean, for them and for Reciprocity, if they see 4us eliminated, that's going to be such a breath of relief. As
long as they don't get eliminated early on as well with no kills. True. Still doesn't guarantee anything here, as Maxazor knocks down Test from Venconus.
Who making the rotation on out from the north. They have plenty of room to roam. They came in from the north as well, and the circle shifted up towards them, so they have a lot of space to move in from Raffy now getting in on the kill feed, get himself at least a knock, gets himself the finish off as well, so they're starting to charm themselves outside and away from the potential elimination.
Reciprocity know the kills are going to be crucial for them once again after that high kill game that we just saw. Venconus going to back away as Avangar start to put a little bit more pressure on towards them. Sit on the rocks. Bide your time a little bit longer.
Loggy goes down. No. All by yourself, Apocalypse 1v3. This would require the gods' work to do it. Desperado, they know what they want to do. They want to push on it. And can he do this? Gets down one, runs up the stairs. There's no HP for Contenders. A fake. You're all by yourself, but he goes down. And oh my lord, has that got to be a bitter 16th place for them.
Now, they did get 2 kill points. It's down to see what the other teams who were within that standings close to them, how they will fare in this as well.
That's gonna be tough. It's not over at all. Not at all. There's still teams below them that were within reach. I mean, good positions with a lot of kills to it as well. Can very much be the difference maker. Here's Smashbay, another team that is on the brink of elimination. They of course want to stay in as well.
Now, we need a home have taken a very different approach to any other team. They're going to be the last team within the circle. They also grabbed themselves whatever was remaining in that crate. And they've also now made sure that, okay, we've got a little positional advantage. We know no one else is going to be behind us. As Snoopy's just tapping away there. Hits a couple of shots, but can't get any further knocks in. Avangard very committed to wanting to take this beach area and actually force Vednkonis out of it.
Try to make the run in the open. That's not the kind of run you want to make, but if it's no cover or some cover, then of course you're going to try and run for a little bit of it.
One active.
Long range 6x with an M24 suppressed. It's a great weapon to use long range, but they do have ammo up close. I'm not sure they hear this because of the super big waves, as we can see, crashing onto the land. It means, yeah. Always one of those things I've been wondering. So much sound from those waves. I just don't really see them anywhere.
It's the ripples. They make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Amorous, great position to try and do some damage here. Can't get any knocks. Now they all start to pounce on him. He's under heavy pressure, and that's not going to work out for him, and his teammates are not even close.
Good attempt from Amorous there. He just had too many whack-a-moles to whack, and, well, couldn't get them down in the end. Amorous gone down and out. Not a whole lot more to it than that. New circle, though. Gonna pop, and where are we going? Further away from water, and that's just gonna be good for the teams like Wizards and El Giganten, who still are out, but, again, proper games, proper results can get them back up in it.
Now, Reciprocity, once again, going for this 2-2 split. It's only worked out of all the times they've done it for him once.
This is actually the exact same place we saw El Giganten and Wizards sit in that game where they finished up first and second with the Lumbermill game on week 1 when they were playing each other. So kind of a nostalgia for those of you guys who can recall every single match that's been played up to this point.
Impressive if you can.
I would be impressed as well. But it's just, I mean, they have wins and second places from this area of the map. That's going to be somewhat of a confidence booster. Not for Hoekstra, though, because he's trapped in the shack.
Now, I like this. Reciprocity have now grouped up. All 4 are together. Thank you. Play it smart. Try and hold on to what you've got. You can't take these risks. There's more damage being done. This time it's going to be Unique again, and they've been having amazing games. Lipsing gets knocked down, and it just seems like Unique are on the scoreboard no matter what these days.
I mean, they put themselves in positions where they're with a chance of shooting people. They never really go center. They take themselves an edge position, fight teams all the way through. That's the thing we've seen a lot, seen from multiple teams, both in this lobby and in the other. So once we do get into that place where we'll see things next week happen, and I think a lot of teams will be fighting over the same few areas. Skoom, we did see get taken down there, but I don't think a lot more will come from it.
Chupsik ever so cautiously tapping away one by one. He's got them pinned down. He wants to do the damage. The smokes may go out, but Chupsik's just going to keep shooting him. Why not? He's got so many bullets. Finds himself a knock. Looking for some more, but they start to provide back onto him. Alya can try and give it in.
And you got to think for Force, going that center early on in the circle. That's a dangerous play to make, but again, they stuck to their schedule. They've done this thing before, and this time around, unfortunately for them, though, just did not really pan out the way they wanted to. We need a home, though, as well, sitting tied, at least with the Reciprocity coming into this game at 144. They need themselves a good game here as well. And Tomil, well, he could be the disturbance to that.
Yeah, Tomil playing it nice and sneaky here. Loopy and Max saw on a bike. Risking it all, pushing their way in. They're going to rotate down around the south side and come back into the circle under a new position. Tomil creeping. Finds himself the first one to smash Bay, but he's ever under pressure. Rita's there on the side. Rita's got to hit these shots. It's time to get it done, Rita. And the spray's coming in. She's looking for the finish. She's looking to make it work. Tomil does go down.
Important damage being done right there. Does manage to get the knock as well, but the finish off came in with that nade thrown kind of randomly by Tamil towards them. Did finish off one of their players, Snoopy, and Max is all. Oh, that's a remote save set, but that's going to be no wheels left on that, and that's going to be no people left for Erangel as well. Reciprocity, very needed points for them, securing them 2 more of those.
And they had the full team there able to shoot up on them. Damage being done, Erangel gone out. It doesn't matter for them. No one's taken their first place. They have been the key team throughout this group. And people may be thinking, oh, they dropped off now. Sometimes you don't have to give it all your effort, Mike. You might be saving some of that when you get into the actual playoff stages, which is where we'll be heading over to next week.
And it's going to be interesting to see teams like Suktadnam and Erangel in the same group, because they might not be landing the same area, but they have a similar play style. And well, if they try to do the same thing from the same area of the map, well,
they could. From different sides of the map, they could rotate in and just bump into each other.
Yeah, well, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So that's where we're saying sometimes you can have a team that stomps one group, coming into the next one, they just crumple because what they're up against is not something you're used to. Flurry getting himself a good knock onto BenQ. From Sweaty Notes, Andy's waiting, holding a good angle there, though. Not retaliating immediately, allows for BenQ to go down. Didn't want to push the angle, didn't know how many people he were up against.
Yeah, that's a lack of information.
Does get him down in the end, though. Smart play coming around the corner right there.
And Rubsy's there waiting in the wings. Intense as well, fingering from the distance. Does Fingering have his trusty VSS?
He does.
he does. Yes.
Good nades coming in, being thrown up towards them. Meet Jamaica's down 2 players. No one finished just yet. For Intense, he cannot push aggressively on this. He just needs for his teammates to crawl back down, and hopefully they'll be able to pick them up later. Besiktas taken out. I don't think they got any kills with. Oh, they did get 1 kill off of that earlier. But, well, we talked about it before. Some of these teams that are a little further down the list, if they get hero games, that could be the ones to push them out.
Elgig now onto We Need a Home, and this is not ideal for them. Losing players early on.
Down to 1 player, Rita. It's all down to you. Secured yourself a 2nd place in that game 1. You're going to have to do something similar here again.
And Reciprocity, they're starting to push onto it. They're actually going to go south to outside of the circle to try and take that fight and see if there's any more players they can find.
And they want to do this. Know that this is the player for them to beat to secure themselves a spot in the top 8. And why wouldn't you risk that when you're still 4 guys alive against a solo player?
That's just taking a lot of damage from that circle. We'll just about make it out.
9 HP.
1 shot now, he's dead.
Yup. Doesn't matter where it hits him either. It's just 1 tap and he will go down.
And he's going to be walking into a lot of damage as well on that bike, potentially. If anyone can hit those shots. As Memo finds himself 1, but sprays it back and gets returned. MYM looking to hold on to this position. They're not giving it up yet. They found 2 kills thus far. Can they find any more? Andy is the only one remaining from Sweaty Nerds.
In the end, Elgigant did manage to find the assist. You can only rotate on vehicles for so long until people start shooting at you. And down he goes. So Rita go down as well. Need a Home went out in 12th place, I believe. So not a whole lot more to it than that for them. They will sit and hope that some of these teams that are sitting below aren't pulling off majestic wins because, well, that would put them out of the top 8 spot.
Reciprocity, you've got 2 players knocked at the moment as well. And he's putting up a bit of a fight onto MYM. He's looking around him, trying to make sure he's covered from all angles here.
It's all right down to the wire. Andy trying to hold off all the opponents all by himself, but there's so many of them to be dealt with. Cold Mensa this early on in the game already at 5 kills, but as you said yourself, taking a lot of damage in return off of that. Cold Mensa has a chance to get back up Fake, but I'm not sure that he's going to have time to, because as you can see on your map right there, all of Kebabs are pushing down towards him.
Those nades barreling out. Cold Mensa's going to get himself medded up. They're focusing on test at least for now, but the Kebabs are close by. Look at the live total ranking at the moment. Reciprocity in 7th place when the 2 teams closest are eliminated. Have they done enough, or can MYM or Elgig find their way into this? It would be a huge performance needed if they're to be able to get this done.
They need not only a good win here, they need themselves a win with, well, a lot of kills in order to make the win. It's not impossible by any means whatsoever. It's not impossible. We've seen it happen before, but they need 17 kills and a win if they want to be able to take that spot away from Reciprocity. And
that would be more kills than we've seen from any other team.
At least for any of those teams, for me, Jamaica's and Elgigant. And they have a chance to, but it's not going to be easy. And it will also require for Reciprocity to not get any more points themselves. So tricky to say the least. But we'll see now if it's going to happen or not.
Older Mentor, being careful. Doesn't want to step up just yet. He's got an idea that Shiv might be close by. Shiv, slow and steady wins the race, my friend. The rest of your team have pushed him. They are just doing the same. It's like just waiting. Who's going to pop up first? Who's going to be found first? And the difference is if Cold Mentor goes down, that's it for Desperados.
Yeah.
Now, he has had 5 kills already. It's a good performance regardless. And they are in the spot where it doesn't really matter what happens, but he still wants to play it out. He still wants to do as good as possible.
Him running back the other way, now where he came from. Doesn't want to go too aggressive. Jamaica's from up and above trying to do some damage here. They need a lot of kills. We talked about it just before, and now they're starting to chime in on them.
MYM, they know what they have to do. They can't force these engagements. They have to get the kills. They have to get the placements, and they've got to play it as an absolute team. They're looking for any opportunities they can find, and they're clearing out section by section here. 14
more kills and a win is from each Jamaica to make their way in. It's going to be a tricky one, but well, we've seen them do crazy things before, right? Same thing going for Elgiganten. It's going to be tough, though. Trying to hold the angle here, Elgiganten. 2 players sitting in the shack here. It's going to be difficult for them to really do anything. They are in the circle, sure, but a lot of people are making their way on in towards them.
So Avangard got 30 points in one game. That's the highest we'd seen for Group A, and then Tornado had the 31-point game.
Yeah.
MYM would need to do nearly the same, just a little bit less, or even do higher if they want to continue to push up. It's not over just yet, but they're running out of players alive.
That's the thing, right? You got to constantly be in the 100. It becomes full Apex mode on this. I mean, you just got to put your weapon in front, keep down the W button, and sprint around like a mad person trying to find all the players on the server.
I don't know what that game is. I only play PUBG.
Oh, of course you do. Group C, around the corner. Get the better of the angle. It's nice to run back down, though. Not a whole lot more to it than that. And of course, they can't sit and do all the math that we do right now with the scoreboard. So they don't. They just play to win. They play to do the best that they can. And I mean, that's the only thing you should do.
If anyone wants to go for the crate, it is unique that'll get it near them.
They've gotten a lot of crates, haven't they? Just, I mean, there's been a lot of crates going Unique's way.
Oh, intense. Spots it out, doesn't go for the shot just yet. Trying to have an idea of where he might line it up. At least now MYM will know they're all within it.
Elgiganten has spotted out EFSA and Kebabs as well. Good shots connected by Deeks there and doesn't overstep. Sometimes you get a little bit too greedy on the angle, and that could have come to cost him. Oh, intense. He's not holding that angle right now, fortunately, because that could have been a shot straight to the face.
It's this waiting game across the board. All time to play with here. Reciprocity down the south. Wizards on the west side of that. Kebabs alongside Elgig and MYM over towards the east. Unique have the most room to work with here, and that's what Wizards are going to try and challenge for, as the Kebabs will finally be eliminated. Reciprocity getting up there in the kills at the same time, so they're still trying to fight it off. They know Cold is just hanging about there somewhere. Finally spotted out. Shiv goes in, but can't make it connect.
Elgiganten now as well, finally starting to chime in on Meet Jamaica's taking down 2 players early on. Just 2 guys alive, and a Wizard is all they have to play from. That nade, though, ooh, just down behind the counter. Blocks all the damage, and Intense takes one in the face to return.
Not ideal for MYM, not what they wanted. More damage going to be coming their way as the nades continue to go out. Wizards looking for someone to poke up, and they can see what's going on. They know the fight's been happening. Wizards got a really nice position to play from here.
They know that people are down there somewhere. It's just a matter of them peeking up so they can get the angle on them. Scoom now has been spotted, trying to run back down into safety. You can see both him and Cold Mentor from Desperados under heavy fire, but he has a good indication there's still a player back down behind that box.
They've just got to keep their eye on it. They've got to understand what's going on around them. Cold takes some further damage. He's down on 31 health. No nades coming out towards him just yet. And he did manage to knock Raffi. Oh, that's T-Bone that knocked Raffi even. So Wizards, Wizards' position is so huge here. They can literally see everything.
They're just containing all the remaining players down in the lumberyard itself. Trying to do everything they can from up there. They do have to move now, though, as the circle moved on forward. Flowey, single player remaining from his team, trying to keep them up and alive. It's just going to be a matter of time before Play With Me spots him, though.
Yeah, this is just waiting for it to happen. Flowey, patient as ever. watching it all go around him. They are on the hunt.
They know someone's around, and now with one player pushing from underneath, that might be the difference maker. Spots out one, gets himself a knock. That's out number 2 as well. What a nice reaction play from Flourish. Secures 2 points for his team, but that might just be all he'd be able to get.
He's reloading in their face. How did Flowey get the 3rd? No way that should have been possible. They do get eliminated, but what a great effort from Flowey. He caused a world of hurt for Unique.
Did everything he could and then some more, taking down 3 players from a team that's been playing so well together. And Menta, nice push away. They lost 1 player in Rafi just before. He used that time to push out from that box, get himself a high ground position, taking down Scoom in the process. Menta
has played so well on his own. This is crazy. He should have been dead ages ago, yet he's been fighting, he's been engaging, and now Wizards, they're starting to push in and say, all right, it's time for us to become large and in charge. We know there's a couple of solo players nearby, and we're just going to go on the cleanup duty.
Trying to see what they can get done here. And Unique somehow off of all of that, only losing 1 player in all of it. Flowery sure showed their weakness right there. They were not prepared for him at all. The fact that he got to reload his weapon too. I mean, just stayed down there, reloaded his weapon, and then took out 1 more player. Very impressively done by him.
All silent as for now. It's whether Unique and Wizards are going to spot each other out anytime soon. Because Shiv and Menta, they are not moving. They're not looking to go anywhere. No. Elgig's around there, but there's only 2 players, and they're just posted up for now. They don't have to go anywhere. They've got their tower, but eventually they will have to either move or take a fight from it.
Wizards still 4 guys alive. They have a lot of room to roam, but you can see how well Unique has spread out on your map in the corner of the screen right there. They have so much control, sitting on over, I would say, 30% or 50% of the circle. O'Connell does go down, not prepared for the shot from underneath. Shift, the only issue for him is I'm not sure he can get up from down there, even if they don't peek him. He might be able to vault over the timber, but I'm not sure they will be able to.
They're going to try and poke him at the same time. It's exactly what they do. Wizards get another kill. Reciprocity down in 5th place, but they have secured themselves a spot now to make it through.
Yeah, one would say that's probably the case. 6 kills available for Wizards, so let's see how many of them they can get. T-Bone trying to do some damage, but takes a lot of fire in return. They're trying to push underneath now. Would be running into Menta and El Giganten as well. But for Unique, they're just going to be splitting out, taking as much info as they can. As we talk about, no info is actually really good info, especially when the circle is this small.
And that's the thing, Ubica, they've literally got 60% of the circle under control.
If not even more at this point.
Unique are fully aware of what's going on.
They're sitting really wide apart, though, so they have the element of surprise in their favor, but if they start getting knocked, then there's not a whole lot their teammates can do to get them back up on their feet.
And again, right, for Desperados and for Unique, it doesn't really matter what points come into this. They have solidified it anyway.
Yeah.
It's Wizards and Elgig that are trying to make the dream happen.
Sitting widely spread. I don't think anyone's going to start engaging for now. Everyone knows that El Giganten is in the tower, so they don't want to go there. But nobody knows that Menta is crawling down here. And for O'Connell, he might just overstep this one, not knowing there's a player right next to him.
Cold's walked away with 7 kills already, and he has been proning for so long. Even picking up 2 of those kills while proning is huge. O'Connell's going to walk straight into him. O'Connell's going to go down, and O'Connell's going to die.
And not only that, but he just took 80 damage from the circle in doing so. That is not the kind of situation you want to be in. Desperado wants to finish up on a good note, and I might actually be able to, if Menta somehow wins this game. I think they would surpass Avangard in the first place of this lobby. Because they have 10 kills already, 8 kills for Menta. That's absolutely insane.
And he's definitely going to third party onto some of this. Menta is ready. He is hungry. He is saying, hey, we will be the #1 team somehow, some way. Spots onto a few shots for Z-Stars, but then he's picked off by Unique the moment he starts shooting. 4th place for Desperados. Full respect to him, but this fight is still going on. Unique and Wizards, they're battling it out. And guess who's got the house to play from? It's going to be Elgig, who are just spraying them down as well. Everyone's engaged. That smoke's providing some cover, but is it going to be enough here?
Doing everything they can to get some of those kill points going their way. T-Bone is all by himself, and down he goes. Not a whole lot more to it than that. Now for Unique, a chance to get themselves yet another win in this lobby right here, right now. They were on the brink of elimination coming into game number 3, but they sure have made up for it with a win in game number 1, and a good chance to take this one as well.
These points mean more to Elgig than it does to Unique. But Unique, they're doing it for the pride. They're doing it for saying, well, we are one of the better teams here. And we have shown it over the last couple of days. Can we make it work? 5 kills already for Unique.
They for sure have come back in this. I mean, they were a team that I always expected to do well. But off of the first couple of days, I was like, oh, do they really have what it takes? And then, well, sure they did. Because they showed on the last couple of days.
Now, Elgig, at least from a position point of view, they're very close together, but they get spotted out. Yubica does the damage, but he's also getting hit by the circle. Not ideal for him, and now it's all on to standing. He's in a 2v1. He has an idea of positions. He has no grenades to use. This means that Elgig can try and fight this off for as long as possible. They're both completely proned out here. Now, Z-Stars, does he have any meds? He's still low on health.
Yeah, not sure if he does. Not sure if he wants to spend the time medding, potentially being caught off. But now, 1v2, what can he do here?
Standing's just looking. He's waiting. He's going to try and make this work. It's all on him. Elgig, they want this. They want to prove that they can hold on, and they have a potential to put themselves at least into 8th place if they could. It would take a lot. They both jump up at the same time, and that is so well played.
Yeah.
Deegs ends it up. 1 kills in the end is all they were able to get for the players.